All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode here on at Benchmark Studios. We're really grateful you're here. And today is a super fun conversation for me. It's a unique opportunity to talk to two people who mean a lot to me personally, who certainly have been very involved with Benchmark, but whose lives I've been very lucky to be a part of. I've got Nancy Meyer and Clarissa Hewitt with me. Clarissa, former student. Nancy, friend for a long time, supporter of the program, and specifically supporter of Clarissa and all that she's doing, continues to do. So this is very much a conversation, but I think it's important for people to understand how Nancy has chosen to invest in Clarissa and how Clarissa has chosen to invest back in Nancy and how Benchmark's been a part of all that. So this is really a story that exemplifies to me what this little organization has done. Small organization, but big changes in people's lives. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. So Clarissa, Nancy, thank you for being with me. Yeah. It's good to have you here. So I think for people who don't know the three of us and kind of our history, I think we should go back in time to talk about that. I was thinking coming in today when we first got to know each other. And I think, Clarissa, it must have been 2015 or 2016. It was old Benchmark.
It was 2015.
2015. Nancy, it must have been shortly thereafter. It was either 15 or 2016.
It was soon after you opened, and you had an ad in the paper for an open house on the first Friday. And I saw that and came. And that's when we met.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I seen a paper on the courthouse wall.
You saw it at the courthouse wall. So because that was a long time ago, and there are a few people who remember Benchmark then or knew what it was, can both of you just share a little bit about what you first thought of the program, what it was like when you saw it, any reflections back on that time?
You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, when I saw the ad in the paper, my husband and I were moving, and I'm a certified fitness trainer, and I was getting rid of my weights, and because we were moving to a smaller condo, and I couldn't do that anymore, so I was looking for a place to donate all my equipment. And I walked in your gym and saw all the painting on the walls and the kids, and it was so tiny and small, but the energy was just like, whew. So I was just so impressed and excited. Yeah. I was excited to see what you were doing in this tiny area and the impact you were having. So I could feel the energy and felt connected right away. Oh, and obviously I have been.
Yes, and the energy hopefully hasn't changed much.
No, it's just bigger. In the old one, I used to bring dinner every other week, and so the kids would know me and come out and help me carry the food. And I don't have that same connection here because I'm not here as much, but I can still feel the positive energy, and I just love what you're doing, empowering people.
Nancy, that was before we had any kind of feeding or food programs. I remember that. I remember coming out to the car with hot mitts on to bring food in and put it on the table so that the kids could devour it. And it's neat. I think you thought that up, which is cool to me, that you thought, look, I would like to provide some food for these kids. We weren't doing anything like that at that time.
Well, that's what I do. I cook.
Yeah, all the time.
I cook and I feed. Yeah, it is. It is for me. It is. So.
Good memories. Clarissa, what about you? What do you remember from those early days?
Yeah, so as soon as I seen my mom actually pointed it out. She's like, girls boxing. And me, I was in a lot of trouble at that time around the wrong people, Getting on the phone with you, I made that call. It was like your energy, like she said, just the energy, welcoming, just knowing that like you were always there to like help. Walking in there and meeting everybody and the energy that everybody had, it was just so comfortable. Like you wanted to be there. Benchmark it was literally a life-changing place for me, and it gave me a bigger, like you helped me see a future. Before, I just thought I was going to end up like my sisters. I have all these kids, but like now I know where I'm going with these kids, so my past caught up with me. You did teach me one thing as well. Even though I have all of these obstacles in my life, and me now helping the younger generation, we can tell you all we want to tell you to try to help you and guide you. We can put you onto the T so that when you get older, you don't have to go through the same things that we went through or that you've seen other people go through. You can kind of guide them. But I've learned as a child and growing up and becoming an adult, there's only so much you can say to a child or a teenager, because they're just going to do what feeds them in those moments. And that's why it's so important what you're doing and how much it has helped, because even though I did go through my own path still, I had the place to go. I had the people to vent to when I, so it just,
Well, it's been a joy and a privilege to really be a part of your life and to see you grow. And it's cool to have you here now. And now you're here working at night doing some coaching on top of all the other stuff that you do. So if anything, you're the one giving back now. I want to just talk a little bit about how both of you connected through Benchmark, because at the time it was strictly a program that operated in the evening for what we called fitness and mentorship, with little structure, but we were doing good work. But this connection, Nancy, really that you and Clarissa made, was the first time we had kind of grown to bring somebody in from our support community to connect with one of our students. And I'm just curious a little bit about what called you to do that, because when you came in, it was initially to support us, and then it became to support a student. And how did that come about?
I went to some program where Clarissa was speaking, and when I saw this beautiful young teenage girl up there with this vision, I mean, I forget where you were living, but you were, taking care of your nieces and nephews, and I knew you were in trouble, but I just saw you were so confident and focused, and you were just up there. It was like you planted your feet, and all these obstacles were just going to, fade away, and you were just on mission. And I was looking for someone. I have friends who have done the big sister thing, big brother, big sister. And I wasn't looking for that, but my kids were gone, and I have all boys, so I wanted to just connect with a girl. And so we just became friends. And started talking, and then
hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she would make me dinner all the time.
There's the cooking again.
She taught me how to make lasagna.
Ooh. We did. So, and I like the Gandhi quote, "Be the change you want to see in the world." Mm-hmm. And there's so many horrible things going on in this world, and I just wanted to connect with someone. And I love teenagers. When kids were growing up, I loved teenage boys. Everybody said that teenage years are horrible. Well, I loved them. Yeah. So there was this lovely teenage girl up there who was open to spending time with me, and it just happened. Yeah. It just happened. Yeah.
Clarissa, you were open to it from the very beginning?
Yeah.
Were you nervous at all?
I mean, I wasn't nervous. I never had a grandma.
Right. Well, I am like a grandma.
Yeah, you used to always say that. I never had my mother never really connected with me on like a intellectual level. So just for someone to just want to be welcoming and want me around them, it was like, I went for it, because I started to learn to make family in the streets rather than at home. So.
And you are. I mean, my grandson is the same age as Clarissa. So I am like a grandma to you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I see myself.
You have been,
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun having a granddaughter.
Yeah.
When people think about these connections, one thing that comes up, and I hear about this because a lot of people will reach out and say that they want to make a connection, and they may be looking for some kind of training or support that I may or may not be able to provide. We may be able to help someone and coach them how to build a connection, but we might not be able to. But what happened here was that there was no coaching or training. You just did it.
Yeah.
You just started to work together. So if someone's listening to this and they want to make a connection with somebody, they want to help, what advice could we give them? I mean, Nancy, if someone sees a Clarissa like you did, and they reach out, and that young person is open to connecting, we're not going to provide them a training program in this podcast, but what advice could we give them? How to do what you did with Clarissa?
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah. Just to be open. I mean, I wasn't here to change your life or fix you. I was just here to support you. So you have to go in with an open mind, and just accept and be curious. I mean, I was curious as to, all the things that you had going on in your life. And I mean, I was telling Clarissa before that I have learned so much from her and you. I mean, here's this young, beautiful girl, all these things going on, and she just keeps going. Yep. She never gets discouraged, and me, I have life pretty good. I was never homeless. Clarissa was sleeping in the car at one point, and she called and asked if she could come and take a shower at my house before you went to school. But never complain, never nothing. It just you deal with life. You deal with what you have, and you go on. So I think if you want to, I don't see myself as a mentor so much. I just see us as having the friendship.
Yeah.
And you were a little hesitant at first, I think, and justly so.
I mean,
who is this old lady who wants to be my friend? But it just grows. It just evolves.
Yeah.
You can't make it happen. I think you just have to be open to it.
And when I learned you weren't there to judge me or to change me, it was just more I would come sit at your table and just talk about everything, and then you just give me your advice. And
you talk things through. Yeah. I guess I used to volunteer at Contact Helpline, with the active listening, and so that's what I do. I'm not here to change or judge, but by listening and kind of, repeating what I'm hearing you say, it helps you clarify, helps the person clarify. Yeah. So I do that with lots of people.
Yeah.
It's just a good way to listen and not judge, but just to listen. And then friendships and respect grows. You have to respect the person.
Yeah.
But most of all, I was just always impressed with how you just soldier on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really, you do.
I learned it from this man, right?
Well, and you do the same. When I saw you in the gym, you were just out of college, I think.
Just always positive.
Yep.
Always positive.
All of a sudden, you have all these kids, and it's just you both are amazing people, and I am honored to know both of you.
But you are too. You are amazing. Yeah. Coming into my life and how positive you were, and just your demeanor. It taught me a lot, and it helped me keep going. You telling me that I was strong, and it made me feel strong. It made me want to keep going, so.
And that's the respect that we all have.
Yep.
And the respect and the desire to see the good in people and to be the change.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be the change, and when you are, then relationships grow.
Yep.
And strengthen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really important for me, for other people to hear that the three of us connected and worked together through Benchmark, but Benchmark didn't guide the work that was done. Benchmark was just a place to connect. And I think in a world where we always people look for, okay, what path do I need to follow to do this? This is just two people connecting and working together and solving some life challenges along the way. There was no guidebook or manual. It was just the work. You two formed a relationship and overcame life challenges. I do think, Clarissa, without sharing anything you don't want to share, it's important for people to know all of these things that you have overcome and that you've worked through. Can you share some of that? Just all the stuff that Nancy helped you through, the stuff that you worked through with me and with Benchmark, the stuff that all three of us worked through, a little bit of your journey.
So kind of what I was saying earlier, I realized that I had people in my life kind of, giving me the positive, the right way to go. But coming from where I came from, everyone having all these babies and no male figures in their lives and just living very poorly. It was hard to listen to the good because I went home to the bad, Every time I was at home, there was just so much chaos. So that those little, you guys planted seeds, right? But I couldn't just get out of it. It wasn't that easy. I had to go through my own walk, my own testimony, the struggles, to really appreciate the people that, were guiding me or giving me that little advice. The struggle is like having kids very young, 17 and pregnant, not knowing, and I was homeless. I was 17 pregnant and homeless.
And that was something that you, like Nancy, that was a time when you were doing work together.
And I wanted to bring you into my house. I wanted to save you. And I thought, you can't, Nancy. I could be there and give you food and let you come take a shower, but I couldn't. Yeah. You had to.
Yeah, that's where I learned, like, we can't just come in and, because you're going to go do your own thing, So I knew I have to figure it out on my own. And having a kid, it kind of did a switch in me, but I still was dealing with everything I was dealing with. And then right after I, found out I was pregnant, there was a whole journey there with trying to get into a house and being too young to be able to get into hotels. And it was just a whole mess of issues. But I got into my house. Mm-hmm. Nancy bought me my first bed.
You did. I could do stuff like that.
Yes. I remember when Will, for my daughter's first birthday, you got her this book. It was a Dr. Seuss book. Yeah. And, it was just like those little moments that you guys just stayed in my life. And the gym was just always there to call my home no matter how hard life got. It was like I had the gym to go to. I could go beat on the bag when, 8 months pregnant in there.
I do remember that. I was concerned about whether I should be allowing that or not.
Yeah. I walked in there at 8 months pregnant, big old belly, and I beat the bag because I was just so angry at my baby father. Mm-hmm. And it was just the constant, I got to keep going. This is going bad, I got to keep going. And I think keeping going was actually what was allowing me to stay sane, to still be a good person. Because it's like when you stop, when you think about the situation that you're in, why? Because if you start thinking about it, you're going to go down the rabbit hole of self-pity and what is that going to do for you? Where is that going to get you? So I just always had to learn that whatever challenges get thrown at you, whatever you're dealing with, don't let it confine you, but let it feed you and build you. And
that's the strength and wisdom I'm talking about. And I saw that from the very, very first time that I saw you. I could feel it.
That's crazy that you didn't get then, though.
I did. Yep. You did. I mean, how you kept on going. You never got discouraged. Never on antidepressants or never, oh, poor me. Never. You just kept going. You were so strong and just beautiful.
Thank you.
Strong woman. Yep. Just soldier on. Yep. I love it.
Thank you. We talked too, because it's not like Nancy and I had a playbook that we were following, and I asked Nancy a ton of times for advice and what should I be saying to support you. So it was, whether you knew it or not, we were communicating and bouncing ideas off to try and figure out how to best support you while still letting you walk your path.
Right.
But overcoming, Nancy, what you said is really important for me. We just helped you overcome some of those little barriers that could have been a big barrier. Mm-hmm. So like having a house, you secured that. Once you're there, having a bed to sleep on immediately becomes a need.
Yeah. Right.
And not only that, my first house, I did not know how I was going to get into this house. Mind you, I was homeless, right? I was sleeping at this point on my sister's couch. Very unhealthy situation, let me just tell you. 2 kids on the couch in a home that was not good at all. I had to leave my kids there while I went to work. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had $900 from my paycheck, but they accepted me. I didn't think I was going to get accepted at this house because my credit was terrible. I just had one pay stub, but they accepted me, and they said, you need a security deposit. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And the first call I made, Will. Yep. And he gave me that money to get into my first house, and we didn't have furniture for a while. The bed, we had an air mattress, But just being able to sit in the house with me and my 2 kids, it was the best feeling in the world.
Yep. You had finished high school at that point?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was working as a dental assistant.
Yep. How did you get the dental assisting degree? I think we skipped over that.
Yeah, so Will took me to I don't even know how we got there. I don't remember how we chose dental, but you showed me YTI, and you're like, I was the week out of high school when we went, and we started getting me enrolled into school.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I went through that whole...
You were interested in it. I remember. You called it out as something that you were interested in doing, dental assisting. I don't know if it was something that you had been made aware of at school or something, but YTI was an easy fix, and then we just had to figure out how to get you, how to get you in and get scholarshiped and paid for and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what I couldn't remember, was like how it initiated me doing dental assisting. I still, to this day, but you definitely, I remember you putting me onto YTI, and then Nancy helped with my school.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
And that's when I went full throttle, and it's crazy that I even finished because, I was in that relationship and homeless, and I stayed at a hotel right by the school, so I would just walk to school every day. And there were so many times I could have quit, but just... These people done paid for my school. There was just this motivation that, like, I had to do. I couldn't let these people down. So it was just that constant. Your guys is telling you, like, that.
But the strength was in you. You had the strength. You did.
Yeah.
It was a surefire bet. It wasn't like Nancy and I were guessing.
No, we knew it. We
making
saw it, your whole life. You deal with things. You don't get discouraged. You just keep on going.
Yeah, we talked a lot about, when you had your daughter, we were worried, how you would handle all of life's challenges that were already numerous with a baby. That was we talked about that a ton. And we were trying to, I think it's important for people to hear. It's not like Nancy and I knew what to do, but we certainly talked about it, and we used each other as a resource.
How we could support, yeah. We did. We did.
But you did.
And that's why I was just always so grateful for you guys, because, you never were like, you gave me my options. You gave me my options, and to this day, I'm just like, they were right. There's times where those conversations repeat in my head, and I'm like, they just wanted what was best for me. They didn't want me to have to go through these struggles, because I could be 10 steps forward right now. I could have a whole bunch of things that I could have built already, but the struggle of the child care and the being present with your children, and just all of that comes with that, all the money that goes into that, and just making sure you have the right stability for these children, and so yeah, like those, it repeats in my mind because I deal with it every day.
And you're there for them. You're giving them the strength and the love.
I wanted to ask about that because I remember, Nancy, you giving Clarissa some coaching about being a mom really early on. And I think that was one of the things that you drilled into, was being present. I think.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for those conversations.
Yeah. It's a major responsibility. Being a mother can be and should be a full-time job.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
You can't just have babies and send them off. You're invested. Time-consuming, financially, time, everything.
Yeah. And my family's not the family that you can trust to just... I was the one that people gave their kids to because, Right. But now it's like, now that I'm grown and my kids are at a point, I need someone to watch them. No, they're not the people I would want to watch my kids, So it's like, no. And I had to realize that there's just certain things as a mom you can't do. Or there's certain things that these aren't the right times to do it. You just kind of got to work around the schedule so you can be present, but you also have that level of, I have my own things going on so that I don't lose me in this. And I can teach my children, the strength as well and how to.
And you will, because I mean,
Hopefully.
they live it with you. They live it with you. So
Nancy, for you, what there's so much going on in Clarissa's life, and especially in those early years. What kept you as someone who was supporting her from saying like, oh, okay, there's too much going on here. I don't think I can be, I don't think I can be a resource any longer. You just stayed the course.
well, truthfully, the more things that happened, I thought, boy, because she kept going. So I'm thinking, what next? Here's this girl. She's sleeping in the car. She has a baby, and she still keeps going. So I mean, you had my interest, and you had my love, and I was really truly concerned, and I had to stay the course to see what was going to happen.
That was her reality.
And I'm not in the States that often anymore, but when I'm here, I always connect and want pictures of your babies, and I'm just so proud of you. I really am.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, give us some of the rest of the story. We kind of stopped at you get out of YTI. I remember coming to graduation.
we went to graduation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yes.
We
my
did.
gosh.
We were there.
Graduation.
Yeah.
Well, you guys need to come to this graduation too. It's the EFTA now.
Tell
So January 2nd, I will finish school. Not school. I finished school. I finished my externship. So then my graduation will be sometime after that. I'll know more. But yeah.
So after you got that dental assisting, you graduated from YTI. That was years ago now. That was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
You graduated pre-COVID. Okay, and then
I
finish.
we
We want to hear more of the story.
Yes. So right after I graduated from dental assisting, I got into a house. So I wasn't homeless anymore. Life was, settling down. Oh wait, no, I lied. No, that's not what happened. So I graduated. I started working a job, taking the Red Rose bus. You got me that like Red Rose thing. I was still homeless before we got the benchmark car.
Yep.
So I was doing the Red Rose bus. Then eventually you got the car, which I was able to sleep in. And then we ended up.
Yeah, Benchmark just donated that old. It was stick shift.
Yeah. You
Did you
taught
know-
me. You taught me how to drive stick shift. He taught me in a parking lot how to drive stick shift.
Taught you how to drive stick shift and then donated the car to you. The car was
Said you
donated
can-
to us. The
Okay.
car was donated to Benchmark by some supporters who still support us, and then we no longer needed that vehicle as a
Yes.
program. I think we were going to get our first van, so we didn't need that. And you had the need. I was like, all right, but you got to learn how to drive
Yes.
stick. So you learned it, and then the vehicle was yours.
He literally said, if you can learn how to drive it, I'll give it to you. I'm like, oh, I'm determined now.
Yep.
Right.
And you did.
No problem for
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
He taught me, and then
I didn't want you to sleep in it. I didn't
I
know that
know
was going to be. That was not my. I wasn't giving it to you so that you could use it as a mobile house.
Right.
I wanted more.
Listen,
for
times
you.
got hard. There was times
Yeah.
where the shelters were full, and
I
that's all
remember
had.
we worked on trying to find shelters. I remember we did
Yeah,
that
'cause there was,
together.
like-
And we struggled with that.
We did.
Yeah, there's
which
like
is
no-
something that people don't know about.
Right.
We struggled with this situation. A teenage mom with a baby, and we struggled to find.
We couldn't find anything.
That was my biggest problem throughout my motherhood, because I've been homeless 2 different times with my children. 2 when I had my first 2, and then I had it was just my first 2. I was homeless with them 2 different times. Months, no shelters, 2-in-1, it was no help. It was a desert, and I had to just
and you did it.
I had to figure it out. But after that happened, I was taking the Red Rose bus, and then you got me the benchmark car. I was getting paid for my externship. So I was getting paid like $17 an hour. And then I ended up getting pregnant. And I can say that was like I remember getting fired from him because this was COVID time. He fired me because after I finished my externship, I was 8 months pregnant. I kept throwing up. I would run, and he's like, if you keep doing that, like,
Sure.
By the time, he was just very rude. So then by the time I got like big, and I'm like, I'm not coming back from my maternity leave. I'm going to go somewhere else. So then he just fired me right there. So I'm like, okay, now I'm without a job. And then I ended up getting pregnant. And he was very rude. So then by the time he got like big, and I'm like, I'm not coming back from my maternity leave. I'm going to go somewhere else. So then he just fired me right there. So I'm like, okay, now I'm without a job. So then he just fired me right there. So I'm like, okay, now I'm without a job. So there was just a lot of like little things. After I had her, I mean, we got into that house right before I had her, on Howard.
Mm-hmm. I
And
remember.
then after that, I got pregnant 3 months after. 3 months after I got pregnant again. I was working again. I got a
Nancy,
job
were
right
you
away.
very worried at that point?
Oh yeah, she was.
I remember when you and Amir came over. You didn't tell me beforehand. You showed up pregnant with the second one. And when you were pregnant the first time, we had dinner together, and I knew something was off with you. And that's when you told me you were pregnant.
Yeah,
You
all
had a
the-
hard time telling me both
Oh
times.
yeah, I had a hard time telling you guys. Like, you know how hard it was to just. Even the second pregnancy was like, oh my gosh, I had to hide it from Will the whole time. I told him when I was like 8 months pregnant.
because Nancy and I had told you that life would be more challenging. Not that it would be bad or terrible.
Yeah, no,
we just said it
yes.
would be more challenging.
Yes,
slow
you wanted
down,
to protect.
right.
You wanted to protect me from that responsibility. Just knowing the challenges that life brings when you bring that into the world.
We wanted you to be a teenager.
Yeah.
We wanted you
Yes.
to be a 17-year-old teenager with a future and goals, not necessarily motherhood at that point.
That is
Yes,
correct.
That was our
yeah,
concern.
Yeah.
That is correct.
It's so hard though, because when I just think about, what I did come from, it was just it was in the DNA to just take care of kids, have kids early. I guess that's just what I came from. So it was hard to not repeat that cycle. So as much as people from the outside, this is not good. My mother, I have her in my ear, abortion's not, that's not okay. You're not going to do that. And we have our kids around here and we breastfeed our children. So so there was a lot of pressure on this side and I go home to this. You know what I'm saying? So I had to just do what I had to do. And I started to notice things aren't right. This is not right, but what can I do?
Yeah, you made it work. You made it work. And I mean, what Nancy said is so true. I think what we wanted for you, and which I still don't think you've had, is we just wanted you to be able to be a kid
Never
for a little bit,
Yeah.
and someday in your life you'll be able to enjoy some, you deserve relaxation right now.
That's why I said.
But that's what we wanted, because we saw you taking on so much so early.
Right. But that view too is our view.
Yeah.
Middle class white.
So true.
And that's in our DNA. So we're not saying it's right. So when you got pregnant, who am I to judge? I can't tell you it's wrong.
Right.
I kind of grieve for what you're going to lose.
Yes.
But you're also gaining the joy of being a mother.
Yeah.
So it's important with these relationships not to judge,
Yeah.
but to accept. And I tried to do that, kind of show you the pros and cons.
Yes. Yeah.
If you don't get pregnant right now, you look what can happen, and if you do, look what can happen. And so, just to be supportive and respectful. It's not up to me what you do or when you have your babies.
Yeah.
It's just up to me, or I choose to just be there for you and be there with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's, I understand why you kept it from me for a while, because you knew what I thought. But at the same time, I would have never wanted to make you feel like I didn't want to help you. And Nancy did that so well. Didn't put any barriers up that would have kept Clarissa from coming to you.
No, you came. I'll remember.
Oh,
you
yeah.
and Amir came
All the
around the
time.
back, and there you were, nice and pregnant. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then just the times when I came with the babies and it's, wow, they're so big. But
So the kids working. I want to come back around to some of the new stuff, because you've got now a more advanced version, a more advanced, the EFTA. I want to explain that to people.
Yes.
But so you worked. This one person fired you the moment you said, I'm not going to come back from maternity.
yes. And then I just continued on. I worked at Smile Builders for a long time. I started a month after I had my first child.
1 month after.
1
just
month after.
Right back into
Right
it.
back into it. I was working 12-hour shifts.
She's strong, I'm
pumping
telling
all
you.
the time.
Absolutely. 12-hour shifts
12-hour shifts.
on your feet.
On my feet. And I still managed to breastfeed my child up until she was like 11 months old. But then I, was pregnant again, so I was pregnant and breastfeeding. So that was like a huge struggle.
Tough.
But then I moved to, did I move at the time? No, I don't even know. The storyline, the timeline for my life is so hard to.
Well, you had
yeah.
so much going on. It's
Yeah.
hard to
Yeah,
keep
it's
everything.
hard to correlate it all because
Right.
some things feel like it was, but it really wasn't. So I continued on, had my second child. That's when I had to move away, when I made the choice to leave my baby father. And mind you, I had a lot of money at this point. We had like $20,000, 2 cars, rent was paid up for a whole year. My mom, she helped us.
I remember that.
She got that settlement, and life was good. But life wasn't good because me and him were bad. So it was like, it's
Not
very
me.
toxic.
You pointed to
No,
me.
yeah, no, sorry.
Not me.
And Will always used to tell me, man. Always used to tell me. And I know you just always wanted what was best for me. Always.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Again, I think Nancy helped me a couple times because I was a little more forward with, I don't like this.
Yes.
And
yes.
specifically, I don't like this person.
Yes.
And
yes.
thankfully, truthfully, Nancy coached me on that.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, if you keep doing that, you'll push her away. And then you'll have no connection.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate that. But that's, when you and the father of your kids were on the rocks a little bit, and I was being a little more forceful, Nancy was coaching me to cut that out because it wasn't going to be good.
But I already knew, and just as much, I already knew what was best for me, but I couldn't figure out how. And then I have all these kids now too, and it was just and then the heart in me is like, I can't have you in the street. And so what I did was I'm like, okay, you can keep the house, you can keep the car, I'm out. I'm taking our kids. And I moved away. And it was one of the best decisions I made. But on that journey, my brother passed away, so I had to come back. And that's when I came back, things, I ended up staying back, and I ended up being homeless. Mm-hmm. That was my first homelessness with my children. And then he let us stay with him. That's when I got pregnant again. And then that was like a whole nother thing. And I knew then, right after I got pregnant, this is not going to work. No, I don't even know why I keep trying to make this work. This man is not for me. I need to just let it go. And that's when I finally let that go and started building me as a woman, building me as a mother, learning life, just continuing to teach myself, educate myself. Because as long as you're educating yourself, you're growing. You're learning, and if I can't give my kids anything in this world, I'm going to make sure that they know how to get through life if I'm not here, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're showing them you will show them how to be strong, as you are strong,
and
now, how to deal with life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeing it. They're watching you.
Right.
They're
living
sponges.
it. They're living it.
They're seeing you go to work, go back to school,
go to the gym,
put food on the table, go take care of yourself, go to the gym, all that stuff.
Yeah, all the time.
So you went back to school again.
So I went back to school again.
How did you know about that, by the way? You were still working in dental assisting. You were doing that. You were in the dental field. How did you decide what to go back to school for?
With the EFTA?
Yeah.
Oh.
People don't know what EFTA is. I mean, we know what EFTA is, but...
Expanded Functions Dental Assistant. So,
Okay.
So basically, you're a dental assistant, but now you are... you're a level up, so I can do fillings now. So the doctor will come in, he'll take out the decay, then I'll come in and I'll fill the teeth, adjust the bite. We do a lot more in-depth things too. We can do child prophies, like child cleanings. We can do sealants. We can do a variety of things. It's more money. But with my journey with that, now I have doctors saying, because they love my work this early on, like you just need to become a dentist. And I keep hearing this from dentists. And for so long, I didn't believe that I could. I have 3 kids. School is just so hard with kids. It is. But
how are, just real quick, how are you doing it? How are you going to school with 3 kids? How are you managing? Single mom.
I will say my mom, I'm grateful to have her, because as much as like she wasn't present in my childhood, she does help me when she can, like, to watch the kids. Like, if I need to get studying done, I'm just like, Mom, please just like keep them in a room, let me study, and then I'll make sure they don't die.
Make sure they're okay.
Make sure they're good.
She has her priorities.
Yeah.
Keep them alive.
Keep them alive, please. So yeah, and the Fridays I would go to school, they would go to daycare. So it was a 8 to 4. So I dropped them off early and then picked them up right after. So the scheduling was nice with the Fridays, because then I didn't have to worry about childcare and this and that. I was able to go to school, focus on just school, get out and pick them up. And luckily we were getting out early and stuff, so I had a little bit of time to kind of just, so there was a lot. It was hard, but I got through it and I passed with a B.
Right.
But now I want to become a dentist, and that's my next step.
You wanted to be a dentist from the very start.
Yes.
I remember you saying
Yes.
you wanted to be a dentist.
But
And that's why Will got you
I
to-
said a oral surgeon though.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, but
all right.
no, I want to be a general dentist, and I'm gonna do it.
I have no doubt.
That's what I was going to say. I have no doubt.
You're right.
We have to figure out how.
Yeah,
Because you have to balance family.
yeah.
But we're trying to talk about that. Maybe someone watching this podcast will come up
Well,
with some
right,
great
right,
ideas
right.
for us.
Have some help. Yep.
If anybody
About-
has any ideas,
We're open to all help.
Yes.
Any help, suggestions.
Yeah.
Yep.
In truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
we are.
but the neat thing is, like, you still got us. We might not be dentists, but we can certainly help you figure out how. You and I were just talking about it.
Yeah, I keep coming to you because Hack, I already talked to them, so they don't have a dental program. They don't have,
No pre-dental.
they don't have certain, I need an undergrad the 4 years, but Temple does it. So I was thinking of going through Temple for all of it. So I just go for the first 4 and then the other 4 and then.
Yeah.
But I want to start as soon as possible, so.
But right now, do you have some stability in life right now? Job.
Yeah,
Place to
so
live.
I do, but that's what's kind of like difficult is my job's an hour away, and it's 2 days a week right now, and I temp for the other days, so I still make good money, but I need a closer job. I need, certain things just need to come into alignment. I love the job. They love me. They want me there, but I just am too far away. So there are a few things that I have to get into place, but I think starting school I can still do that with school. Just like everything else.
It's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to juggle. So how do you two stay connected now? It's been years since you first met each other. Nancy, you're busy. You're traveling.
Yes.
All the time.
I spend at least half the year in Iceland. So
Iceland.
I'm not here a lot.
Yeah.
But, we text on occasion. Clarissa sends me pictures of her children. And when I'm home, we see each other. And that's how it is with all my friends and family. I'm here for a couple months, and
She makes her
keep my
rounds.
contact.
Yeah.
And so I always will be. We don't see each other often, but we don't need to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a connection.
The friendship where it's like,
Sure.
You can pick right up where you left off.
all the time.
We
Yeah.
can.
No more babies. No more surprises.
You have you've come through a lot, and there's not much you couldn't do if you put your mind to it. So the
I
dental
don't
thing
think there's
is-
anything she can't do well.
That's
I really
correct.
don't.
That's a correct
There's
statement.
nothing.
I
That's a good
appreciate
correction.
it. Appreciate you guys.
I think that the dental stuff will happen, and then we'll have our next podcast in a couple years, and you will have it.
Right. I mean, how old are you?
24.
24.
Just
I
turned
mean,
24, yeah.
You're so young. You have time. It will happen. It will happen.
Yeah.
Still feel young?
No,
No.
I don't. And that's what sucks because I talk to people my age and everybody is on just a whole different level of,
Different path.
yeah, like,
Different path.
yeah, way different path. And yeah, I find myself connecting with older people and it gets frustrating because sometimes I just want to feel like my age, with 3 kids. I just,
It's not going to happen.
no.
It's not.
That's right.
Yeah.
There'll be a different, your version of relaxing and enjoying life will look different from anyone else here who's the same age as you, but not the same age in terms of life experiences.
Right. That's it. Exactly.
There's just,
What you said about liking the dark.
Mm-hmm.
When I am so overwhelmed, that's kind of like what I like. I like being in the dark, and just being, with myself in the quiet.
Mm-hmm.
The gym, I love putting down the lights and just I'll put my worship music on blast,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just kind of do my own little workout, and I'll cry through the workout. I'll just release all that I feel through, and that's my piece. That's where I go to get my outlet,
Mm-hmm. You're calm.
my calm.
Mm-hmm.
when do you find time to hit the gym?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a random, like I caught you in here on Sunday when I was delivering some equipment. What the
Oh
heck?
my gosh. Yeah. So I hit the gym. Oh, well, if I don't make it to the gym, I wake up really early and I do it in the bedroom.
Just get a workout right
right
there.
there while the kids are asleep. I'm just doing my calisthenics. But when the kids are at school, if I have a free day off, lately I've had a lot of days off, so I've just been coming in when they're in school.
Yep.
And then sometimes if I went 2 days without the gym and I'm like, I really need it for my mental, I'm like, Mom, if I put these kids to sleep, can I, go to the gym? And she'll watch them while I go to the gym at
That's great.
like 11 o'clock at night. So
Yeah, and you coach on Wednesdays here.
coach on Wednesdays, yeah.
You coach on Wednesdays.
Coach boxing, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's new.
That's been a journey.
She wanted to do it.
Yeah,
I said,
great.
all right.
It took a while though, because we talked about it for months,
Yeah.
and finally, we got it going, and I've connected really well with the kids. It's the girls especially,
Yeah.
but even the boys. I didn't even expect to connect with them how I do, but they look up to me as well. And being called Miss now is like, I definitely feel how the age is kicking in now. I'm like, yeah, okay. I can sit right with this.
Yeah. They do it out of respect.
I was going to say it's a
I know.
respect thing. I think.
But I like
exactly.
that. I like
and
it
that's
because
good. Yeah.
I don't just because I'm 24. I found a new, way to feel. Being called Miss, I just feel older.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like
It's not all bad.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not.
And I
It's
teach
good.
Bible study. I teach Bible study on Sundays.
Okay.
So my daughter's in my class. So, just being able to be a leader now has helped with leveling out my age rather than how I actually feel.
Mm-hmm.
So just being a leader.
Nancy, I'm going to ask you this question too because you've had plenty of life experiences, including raising a family and work. But how did fitness play a part of your life? Because Clarissa's made it a part of her life. How was fitness a part of your life? I mean, that's kind of how that was like the initial saw it in the paper. And how did fitness play into your life and your journey?
Fitness changed my life at 50, so 24 is nothing. When I was 50, my 2 youngest boys got me a tennis racket and told me it was time I play the sport because I did nothing. We actually had 4 boys. We ended up adopting one.
Oh, yeah.
So I was a substitute teacher, but basically I drove the kids to sporting events. I cooked. Kids all brought their friends home. I loved having kids in the house. So when I was 50, they said it was time I play a sport. So I tried to play tennis, and I was not fit. I was overweight from eating all the cookies and everything I was baking. So I started to work out. A friend told me about a gym called the Muscle Mill. It was in Peckway. So I started working out, and I came home the first day after my workout. I came home, laid down on the wooden bench on our porch, and I woke up like 3 hours later thinking, I haven't been this tired since I delivered Eric. I was just like exhausted, but I had this feeling that I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I needed to do it. So that one workout, that one gift, and many, many summers, and even now, I thank Scott and Ethan for giving me that tennis racket. It changed my life.
Yeah, and you became, and you coached. You coached.
Well,
other-
yeah, eventually I did. I was going to have my own business. I did have my own business, just small in my basement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
that,
just
when
slept-
I remember we were.
Yeah, empowering people. It was so empowering for me. It truly changed my life. So that's how fitness came into my life, because of my kids. You know, and I think the important thing to remember is that any little gift, any little kindness, or a word that you say, the impact it has on people, it can be life-changing.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to think about what we do, what we say, and make an effort, I think, to communicate and show kindness and connection. Because
Yeah.
the world needs it, people need it.
Yeah.
And I've gained so much from you two, you know, so it's not just me giving to you. It's not a one-way street at all. You give and, you know, you get twofold back, I think.
Yeah.
So this connection that we have is just wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the age of my grandson in Iceland. You're the age of one of my boys. I don't know which one.
Yeah, one of them.
You know, so it's this multi-generational connection
Yes.
too, which I think is really, really nice.
That is interesting to point out. People talk about how we've lost that today, that in former times, former years, we had more people living in intergenerational communities, and that doesn't happen anymore, which I believe to be true. I don't think it happens, but it happened here,
Yeah.
You're right.
and it worked for us.
Well, in my biological family, I mean, I have grandchildren in Cincinnati, 8-hour drive, in Iceland, you know, so my biological family is scattered, but that doesn't mean that, you know, I can't connect. I'm connecting with you and you, and so there's no excuse for not staying connected with family and friends.
Yeah.
And developing friends. And, you know, we all have something to offer. You know, you offer us, you know.
What do I offer you? Because I feel like it's always you guys helping me.
No. When I get discouraged, I think about you. And I'm
Seriously?
thinking, Nancy, Clarissa was
Oh, yeah.
homeless, sleeping in the car, and you're upset about this?
Oh, my
I said,
gosh.
really? I do.
Oh,
I think about you and your strength and your courage, and just you never get discouraged. You are so, your fortitude and your strength is just amazing to me.
Yep.
It really is.
Thank you.
So we all feed off each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for me, I would have said inspiration. It's so you send me texts sometimes to say thank you,
Yeah.
and they're like, you know, small messages.
Yeah.
I screenshot all of them. I save them all, and I look back on that. There's a lot of days now at Benchmark where the organization's bigger. There's a lot of stuff that makes us feel like we're not. Sometimes a day can go by and you just do administrative work all day, and you forget, like, man, did I impact anybody today? And I can look back at those messages and be like, oh yeah, this is right. And then there's days when I would feel like we're not having the impact that I want, and I can look back at those messages. You know, I think if something happened to me today and I couldn't do this work anymore, I would still have those messages.
And you live through me.
Yeah, I mean, that makes me happy.
And I would think all you have to do is go out in the gym, Will, and
Yep.
take a look, and you can see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think you should ever doubt the
That's
impact
why I like
that
to
you're
have-
having.
That's why I hang out here at night so much, so that I can get
Can
away from
see
my
it.
computer and just
Right.
be part. Yeah, those you inspire us to keep doing what we do, and plus it's
And you're living proof that, you know, kindness works and
Yeah.
support. You
yeah,
know?
we know you taking care of yourself is a win for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't even have to if you didn't even pay it forward, which we know you will. Even if you didn't pay it forward, the fact that we spent time and energy and your life was a little bit better because of us, that's all good.
Yeah.
And your kids' lives,
Yeah.
might be
That's
better.
right.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
All worth it.
It's crazy because that quote, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world," is
Mm-hmm.
what I have on my podcast.
Do you?
I have that quote. That's the only thing on my page is that quote,
Wow.
and then my videos, obviously. But I started my own podcast now through
Yep.
here, which this space has given me that
Yep.
So it just, Benchmark continues to just like, no matter from when I was 14 to now, has always been just this, this is my home. This is where I go. This is my extracurricular. There's so much opportunity and so much growth. And I'm just so proud to see how far it's come and how much effort you just put in it every single day.
You are amazing.
It's
really
those boring days
You are.
in the
We do it
administration to get this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we do it together, and the sky's the limit. Who knows what we'll do next?
Yeah.
But I wanted to have you both in for this discussion, because at the core of all the stuff that people see, you see a cool program, you see a new thing we're doing, that's all wonderful, but it's no substitute for these connections.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the true work of the program. The programs that we run are great, but I say this all the time: programs don't change people's lives. People change people's lives.
Yes.
And that's what this is.
Yeah.
That's why we're having this discussion.
Because you can have the program, but have no welcoming energy in there.
Exactly.
You can have the no people just be reassuring you, because if you're not on, like, for instance, my boxing girls, I've realized, like, you have to keep them entertained. You have to keep them, you know what I'm saying? You have to engage with them constantly, or they lose interest. So it's all about just, the energy that you bring in with those.
And the energy you share.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The energy you share with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So true.
It's all about the
And
intellect.
boxing is so good. I have to say, your boxing story when you were 8 months pregnant. I used to box when I worked out,
Oh, yeah?
and my trainer Russ would say, "Woman, you have problems," because I would just like beat that bag,
Oh,
and
yeah.
oh my gosh, it's so good,
Yeah.
and that's empowering. Working out. I don't do it anymore. I have problems with my hands, but I do body weight work, and I
What works
walk,
for you,
and
yeah.
it's just empowering, and that's what you do. You empower people.
Yep. We create the space.
And but I'll never forget. He said that many times to me.
Yeah.
But that punching bag is
Yeah,
so good.
yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
Nothing can beat that feeling.
No,
Nothing.
no.
It's like, yeah.
Well, I hope that people who listen to the three of us talking might think that whatever organization they're a part of or whatever community they live in, that they could make connections like the three of us did. That if they can't find out how, start talking to people. Like, find somewhere where you can meet somebody that you wouldn't know otherwise, and it doesn't have to be any more complicated than what we described. It's tough what you did, Nancy, what you did, what we've done here all together, but it's not impossible.
No.
Yeah.
And even just walking down the street, make eye contact with people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm in
Being that
Iceland,
smile.
and everybody
Yes.
looks at each other
Yes.
and smiles. Here, people don't look at each other.
Yeah.
Look at people and smile and say hello. If they just walk by, it doesn't matter. But show your love. Put
Yes.
it out there.
Yes. When I'm going over my podcast questions for today, because I have my podcast after this, it's one of them is how can basically it's very important to show love to others. It's what is my purpose in this world is to love others. That's my purpose, to show others maybe the love that they lack, to show them to love. Because if you can show them one little thing
One little smile.
that can change their entire view
Right.
on the world. So it's all about just,
Connecting with people with a smile. It doesn't have to be major.
We need it.
We
Yeah.
do.
We need it
We
today.
do.
And I'm not
Definitely.
gonna lie, Benchmark, if y'all wanna donate to a organization,
She's putting the plug in. I was not going to put the plug in.
if you want to donate to an organization that you think is gonna thrive and actually go somewhere, it's gonna be this organization, because Benchmark is literally the foundation of our next generation. So like, if you want to invest in our generation to come, in our future, this is the place to do it.
And all the money that you donate stays right here in Lancaster.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no mailings. There's no nothing. I don't know how long have you had Benchmark?
Started in 2014, so coming up on 12 years.
Okay, for 12 years. So Will still sends thank you notes, and we'll call and leave a message when you make a donation. The money is here. It's making a difference in the youth of Lancaster. No wasted
made
money
a difference
here.
in my life.
No
you know?
wasted money.
It's got me my house. It got me my first car. It did.
It got us together.
It got us
It got
together.
you together.
Right.
It helped me meet amazing people and allowed me to learn to be a great person. And
Every penny is well spent here. So
Wow.
send them in. What's the mailing address here?
102 South Prince Street.
102
South Prince Street, Lancaster, PA.
All right. I didn't ask for that, but that happened, and that is the perfect note to end on.
It's so true. I
Yeah.
mean, Benchmark makes a difference.
We are
The
testimonies of that.
Local youth.
We are a testimony of someone that gives to it and a testimony of someone that received it. So,
Well, thank you
Thank you,
both.
Will.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you both so much for coming on. Nancy, Clarissa, you're the best. Tune in later. We appreciate you guys listening, and check out more of our episodes when you got time. Thanks.